Have you ever imagined what it means to live with epilepsy? How does it change people's daily life? Being so worried about having a seizure that you simply cannot drive your kids to sports practice. Being so afraid of having a seizure that you couldn't even hold your baby. Being so debilitated by your health condition that you can't even hold down a steady job. Living with epilepsy is hard. And it's hard simply because of the uncertainty of seizures. Epilepsy, in fact, is the most common chronic, life-threatening neurological condition in Australia. It affects about 250,000 Australians, and 40% of them will suffer seizures for their whole lifetime. This proportion, 40%, representing up to 100,000 Australians, has a condition called drug-resistant epilepsy. It means that their seizures do not respond adequately to any anti-seizure tablets. It also means that the quality and duration of patients' life are significantly reduced. Their lives are imprisoned by seizures. Here, please remember, 100,000 is not just a figure. It's 100,000 Australian families. The escape route is brain surgery, and the surgery requires pushing the skew-like electrodes through the skull into the brain to record seizures, so that clinicians can pinpoint and remove the brain areas that trigger seizures. But, always but, surgery fails in over 50% of cases, simply due to our inability to find the precise location of seizure focus using those invasive electrodes that only samples less than 5% of the brain. So, finding that seizure focus for our patients is very challenging. I still have the memory of an 8-year-old boy who also got drug-resistant epilepsy. This condition has literally turned his world upside down. When we were about to perform a patient study to help him out with his seizures, he said, "Good luck with that." I was so devastated to hear an 8-year-old boy with almost no hope. Now, with decades of research, we understand every epilepsy patient is unique, and every seizure event is also unique. So with such complexity, variability, and messiness, how can we help our patients? How can we get our patients' lives back? So, as a scientist, I thought, what are other systems that also behave like seizures with such uncertainty and unpredictability? What about weather? How about Melbourne weather? Nothing more unpredictable like Melbourne weather, right? So here, it's a wind field map of a storm that brings strong wind across Australia. So I was wondering, perhaps A seizure event is just like a storm in the brain. And how can we track the eye of the storm to find that seizure focus? So, instead of looking at the wind field globally to track the storms, what if we could track the electromagnetic storms generated by billions of nerve cells across the whole brain using the electrodes on the surface of our head, just like the weather stations on the ground? And what if we could use the superconducting sensors that are slightly far from our head, just like the satellites in space? What if we could combine those two technologies and improve our accuracy of drawing weather maps for seizure events? Or should I say, seizure maps? What if we could use the seizure maps to more precisely guide the plans for brain surgery and allow surgeons to give patients greater confidence in the procedure? That's what we have done. We borrowed the techniques for weather maps and extended them to image the electromagnetic storms. And here on the right, by tracking the beautiful streamlines, we are able to map where seizures start and how seizures spread across the brain. And we can see here, the eye of seizure storm emerges right from the start of the seizure, and the location of the storm eye accurately pinpoint the seizure focus completely non-invasively without requiring any invasive electrodes inside the brain. Now we are working towards how this technology could guide invasive implantation and surgical planning with more confidence, so that perhaps one day we are less dependent on invasive techniques and we can remove less brain tissue without affecting any normal brain functions, with better surgical outcomes. We hope this is an unprecedented opportunity to bring our groundbreaking research to the next level, to more safely inform epilepsy treatment, and to change lives of more people living with debilitating epilepsy. By tracking the eye of the storm, together we can create a future where individuals with epilepsy can live seizure-free lives with confidence and dignity. Thank you.